February 2014, there was another terrible storm, and the fence, which was partially damaged in 2010, was completely damaged, correct?
That's not correct. The fence is approximately 15 metres wide, split up into maybe 6 sections. One of those sections had blown down into my neighbour's garden.
Yes. And Anne's husband came to you and said, look, I'm paraphrasing. I doubt it was exactly like this. You've paid for the fence to be erected in the first place. When are you going to repair this fence? Because it's storm damage and it needs to be sorted out. You had a discussion of that kind. Is that about right?
That's correct. Lawrence called me. It's probably the first time I'd spoken to him in a long time, and he said he was quite abrupt. He put the fence back up. I said, of course, no problem. And it was a very brief, short telephone call on that occasion. About a week later, I had another call in which he was very irate that the fence hadn't been repaired. And I did try and explain that because of the storms that had happened across the nation, all the fencing companies were behind. I myself was busy.
A couple of months later, what did you notice had happened in respect of that fence?
I was contacted by my neighbour, and he said there's 3 guys with sledgehammers smashing the fence post down.
This is a statement from Chris, which you've provided me. I recall one day my family and I were having lunch where there was a loud banging from the bottom of Greg's garden. I went upstairs to see what was happening. There were 3 men beating down Greg's fence with big bars and sledgehammers. Some sections were already pushed over into Greg's garden, which they were standing on to pull down the rest. Did you telephone the police?
I did.
Were you aware that the police had been called in respect of this until today, or if at all?
No, not at all.
Do you remember?
No.
As far as I'm aware, my husband, before he died, we came down one weekend and he erected some concrete posts in order to repair the fence. On our next visit, a couple of weeks later, the concrete post got knocked down.
Did you knock down those concrete posts?
At some stage after my fence being knocked down, one post was erected inside the boundary line.
Yes is the answer.
Yes.
We now get to the bottom of it. Why not try to cool things?
I did try and phone him.
You're rolling your eyes. You're saying that there was contact.
I don't think there was contact. My husband dealt with Greg.
The result of this is there was only one fence, one bit of fence, which separates the 2 gardens. Correct? Left. That's all that's left. Right?
That's the boundary fence.
Thank you. I'm now going to turn to a photo. You're going to help me with that. Let's have a look. Now, is that the original fence panel?
So the original fence is the panel on the left.
Yes.
And the post it's connected to is the original post.
I see.
The 3 on the other side of the picture are posts which I replaced along the same line.
In the summer of 2014, you decided to build a new addition to your property, correct?
That's correct.
Now, what was that addition, and how far away is it from that fence?
That's a tool shed.
Michelle, can you just point at the brown bit? Is that the shed?
Yeah, that's a tool shed, that's correct.
It's a tool shed. Now, you would agree with me, sir, whether you're entitled to put it there, it is very much in front of the border, directly on it, correct?
No, it's about 12 inches back behind those posts.
You say 12 inches, but to some men that's, you know, this big.
The hut was put there so that when the fence was to be replaced, there's enough room to get down there.
I hear what you say, except that's the complaint that you make today. That's not the only building you put up. In fact, the chief building that you put up was something bigger. What did you put in your garden, sir?
There's a log cabin, a large log cabin in the garden.
Now, you don't have to tell me, by the way, but it's no secret because you advertise this property. What's in the log cabin?
So there's like a mini spa.
When you say a mini spa,
You know...
Why are you laughing, madam?
Mini? It's
because it's mini.
eyesore.
For more Judge Rinder cases, click here. And if you've got a legal issue yourself, get in touch with us by clicking over here.